Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The Washington quarter dollar has been an iconic coin in American history ever since it was first introduced in 1932. Over the years, this coin has undergone several design changes and has continued to be a significant part of the U.S. currency system. But did you know that certain Washington quarters, especially from the year 1979, can be worth far more than their face value? While most people think of quarters as mere pocket change, there are some versions of the 1979 Washington quarter dollar that have become incredibly valuable to collectors. Let's take a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1979 Washington quarter dollar and uncover just why it could be worth far more than you might expect. First, it's important to understand that the Washington quarter dollar was originally designed by John Flanagan, showcasing George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. It's a design that has stood the test of time and continues to be instantly recognizable. However, as with many coins, subtle changes and variations occurred over the years. 1979 is one such year that stands out because of some intriguing factors that could turn an ordinary coin into something quite extraordinary. Now, most of the 1979 quarters that were minted were the regular versions you might find in your pocket today. These coins are made of a copper-nickel-clad composition and are relatively common in circulation. You can still find them, and they're worth exactly 25 cents, just the standard value of a quarter. So what makes the 1979 Washington quarter so special, and why are some of these coins fetching such high prices in the collector's market? One of the primary reasons is due to minting errors that occurred in that year. A minting error can happen for a variety of reasons. It could be the result of a mistake during the die-cutting process, or it could be due to the coin being struck multiple times, resulting in doubled impressions on the design. These errors are rare, and as such, they're highly valued by numismatists, coin collectors, who are on the lookout for coins with unique characteristics. For instance, one of the most famous and valuable variations of the 1979 Washington quarter is known as the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck twice, but slightly off-center, which results in a faint, overlapping image. The double die error can often be spotted by looking closely at the text or the details on George Washington's portrait. These kinds of errors are extremely rare and can significantly increase the value of the coin. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a quarter with this kind of mistake. Another reason that the 1979 Washington quarter can be so valuable is due to its historical significance. While the coin may appear relatively standard, it was part of a series of quarters minted just before the introduction of new designs in the late 1990s. This makes the 1979 Washington quarter part of an important era in American numismatics, which draws the attention of collectors who specialize in particular time periods. Moreover, like any collectible item, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in mint condition, also known as proof or uncirculated, are far more valuable than those that have seen wear and tear over time. If you manage to come across a 1979 Washington quarter that looks as if it was just freshly minted, it's definitely worth more than the typical coin you'd find in your pocket. It's also worth noting that the 1979 Washington quarter was produced in different mints across the United States, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. While the coins from each mint are generally the same in appearance, there can be subtle variations in the way they were struck. These differences can sometimes affect the coin's desirability, especially when it comes to rare or mint condition examples. So, why exactly is this coin worth so much? To give you an idea, there's been a significant rise in interest and demand for rare coins, especially those with unique characteristics or historical importance. The 1979 Washington quarter has caught the attention of collectors who are eager to find rare specimens. And when these rare coins do come to market, they're often sold at auction, sometimes fetching incredible amounts of money. To put it simply, if you happen to have a 1979 Washington quarter that features one of these rare errors, or if the coin is in near-perfect condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. One particular coin, a rare 1979 Washington quarter with a double die error, recently sold for a staggering sum at auction. Can you guess how much it went for? Believe it or not, This particular quarter fetched the incredible price of $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1979 Washington quarter, with a rare minting error, was sold for $85,000. This just goes to show how valuable and collectible certain coins can be. What may seem like an ordinary coin to most people can, in fact, turn out to be an extraordinary treasure for those with an eye for rare items. So, the next time you find a 1979 Washington quarter in your pocket change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it closely. It could very well be a rare, high-value coin that has the potential to make you a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with an interest in coins, the 1979 Washington quarter is a great example of how a small piece of history can hold tremendous value. Top 2. The United States Washington quarter dollar is one of the most recognized coins in American history. First introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter has undergone many changes over the years, but the design of George Washington's profile has remained a prominent symbol of the nation. Many collectors are familiar with the iconic design, but few know that certain years, like the 1994 Washington quarter, hold a significant value far beyond their face value. If you've ever wondered whether a seemingly ordinary coin could hold significant worth, the 1994 Washington quarter might just be one of those hidden gems in your collection. While the typical quarter from this year may only be worth its standard 25 cents, certain variations and qualities of the 1994 quarter have made it incredibly valuable to coin collectors. So let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1994 Washington quarter, explore its history, and uncover what makes some of these coins worth much more than their face value. To begin with, the 1994 Washington quarter was part of the U.S. Mint standard coin production. However, unlike many other coins, it became especially noteworthy because of the attention it has received from numismatists and coin collectors. In fact, most of the 1994 quarters produced by the U.S. Mint were regular, circulation-grade coins. These coins are very common and found easily in pocket change. But as with many coins, there are rarities hidden in the mintage that can make some of them extremely valuable. So, what exactly makes the 1994 Washington quarter stand out in the world of coin collecting? For starters, while the majority of 1994 quarters were minted in standard fashion, certain special editions were produced for collectors. These special editions are known as proof coins. Proof coins are specially made with a more refined process, which gives them a unique, mirror-like finish. These coins were intended for collectors rather than for general circulation, and as a result, they were not released into everyday transactions. Because they were produced in smaller quantities and feature a high level of craftsmanship, proof coins from the 1994 Washington quarter series are much more valuable than their regular counterparts. The value of a proof coin can vary greatly, but they are generally worth more than the typical quarter you'd find in your change. Now, while proof coins are definitely valuable, there's another element that can significantly boost the value of any coin: rare minting errors. Minting errors are exactly what they sound like: mistakes that occur during the production process, such as misprints, double strikes, or off-center impressions. Coins with these errors are rare and highly sought after by collectors who specialize in finding unique pieces. With the 1994 Washington quarter, certain minting errors were made, and these specific quarters can command astonishing prices at auction. So, what types of errors are we talking about? One notable error associated with the 1994 Washington quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the same die, causing the design to appear as if it has been stamped twice, resulting in a double impression. This error is particularly noticeable in the lettering or the details of George Washington's portrait. Such errors are not only fascinating to look at but also highly collectible because they are so rare. Coins with this type of error are incredibly valuable and often attract attention from collectors who are eager to add unique pieces to their collections. Another type of error found on some 1994 Washington quarters is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the die, resulting in the design being struck too far to one side. This gives the coin a skewed, off-center appearance, making it a valuable error coin. Off-center coins, like the double die errors, are much rarer than standard coins and can be worth much more than a typical quarter. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value. Like all collectible items, the state of preservation is important. A 1994 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition will be worth much more than one that has been heavily circulated and worn down over time. A coin that looks as though it has just come out of the mint, with no visible scratches, marks, or signs of wear, is far more desirable to collectors. Coins with excellent grades, particularly those graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC), can demand high prices on the market. Now, let's talk about why these special 1994 quarters have become such a hot commodity. The world of coin collecting has grown immensely over the years. There's been a surge in interest from both new and experienced collectors looking to find rare coins that could be worth a small fortune. The 1994 Washington quarter is part of this increased interest, especially when it comes to finding errors or coins in pristine condition. Many collectors focus on coins with historical significance or unusual characteristics, and the 1994 quarter fits the bill perfectly. For a coin to have true value in the market, it must be rare, sought after, and in excellent condition. The 1994 Washington quarter checks all these boxes when you find one with the right error or in top-tier condition. But how much can these quarters be worth? How high can the price go for the right specimen? Well, it's not uncommon for a 1994 Washington quarter with a notable error to fetch impressive sums at auctions, and it all comes down to demand. In fact, some of the rarest 1994 quarters have been known to sell for a staggering amount. One particular coin, a 1994 Washington quarter with a minting error, was sold for an incredible $67,000 at auction. This sale exemplifies how much rare and well-preserved coins can be worth in the right market. This is a clear reminder that while most of the 1994 Washington quarters are worth only 25 cents, certain versions of this coin are far more valuable. Whether it's due to a minting error, its pristine condition, or its rarity, the 1994 Washington quarter has proven to be a coin worth watching. So, the next time you come across a 1994 quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. You could be holding on to a coin that might just be worth much more than its face value. And who knows? You might have a rare piece of American history on your hands, potentially worth as much as $67,000. Top 3. The Washington quarter dollar is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, known for its distinctive design featuring George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. First minted in 1932, this coin has seen many variations over the years. But what many people don't know is that certain years of the Washington quarter, like the 1998 issue, can be worth far more than just their face value of 25 cents. Yes, that's right. Some of the 1998 Washington quarters are highly sought after by collectors and have been known to fetch incredible prices at auction. In today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating world of the 1998 Washington quarter, delve into what makes it unique, and uncover how much it could be worth if you happen to find a rare one. That the 1998 Washington quarter was part of the regular series of quarters produced by the U.S. Mint. It was part of the ongoing collection of coins that featured the familiar design of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Most of the 1998 quarters were released into general circulation, which means that most people probably have one of these in their pocket right now without realizing that some of them could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. But what makes certain 1998 quarters stand out from the rest? Let's start with the basics. Like most modern coins, the 1998 Washington quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, meaning that it has a copper core with a thin layer of nickel on the surface. The design hasn't changed much over the years, but it's not the design itself that makes the 1998 quarter so valuable. It's the unique errors and specific qualities that some of these coins possess that are the real drivers of their worth. One of the most common reasons that coins like the 1998 Washington quarter can become valuable is due to minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the process of striking the coin. These errors are relatively rare, and when they do occur, they can result in coins that look dramatically different from the intended design. For collectors, these error coins are highly prized because of their rarity and unique characteristics. For example, one of the most significant errors that can occur on a 1998 Washington quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled in certain areas. This type of error is most noticeable in the lettering and the details of the face, such as the portrait of George Washington. Collectors pay a premium for these coins because the double die error is relatively rare and requires a keen eye to spot. The subtle details of the error, such as the double date or the "In God We Trust" inscription, are what make these coins so special. Another type of error that can make a 1998 Washington quarter valuable is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the die, resulting in a portion of the design being struck off-center. Off-center coins are highly collectible because they present a unique and unusual appearance. These errors are often more visible than other types, making them especially desirable to collectors who are looking for coins with distinct and unusual characteristics. But even if there are no obvious minting errors on a 1998 Washington quarter, certain factors can still drive up its value. The condition of the coin is extremely important when it comes to determining its worth. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal signs of wear, can fetch higher prices than those that are heavily circulated. If you find a 1998 quarter in near-perfect condition, especially one that has been graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, it could be worth significantly more than just 25 cents. So, what is the potential value of a rare 1998 Washington quarter with an error or in mint condition? The answer may surprise you. While most 1998 quarters are worth just face value, certain rare examples with minting errors or those in pristine condition have been known to sell for astounding prices at auctions. One particular coin, a 1998 Washington quarter with a notable error, recently sold for an eye-popping $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000. This sale goes to show that even coins that may seem ordinary at first glance can turn out to be worth a small fortune if they have the right characteristics. What makes the 1998 Washington quarter so valuable is not just the rarity of the error or its condition. It's the demand from collectors who are always on the lookout for unique and rare coins. The world of coin collecting has grown exponentially over the years, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that stand out. And because the 1998 Washington quarter is part of a beloved series, it holds particular appeal for those who collect quarters or are interested in U.S. coinage from the late 20th century. So, how can you determine if you have a valuable 1998 Washington quarter in your possession? First, take a close look at the coin to see if it has any visible minting errors, such as a double die or off-center strike. These are the most common errors that can increase the coin's value. Next, check the condition of the coin. Is it in excellent shape, with no visible wear or scratches? If so, it may be worth more than just face value. If you're serious about determining the value of your 1998 Washington quarter, consider having it graded by a professional service. A certified grade can provide you with an accurate assessment of the coin's value, and if it turns out to be a rare specimen, you could be looking at a significant return on your investment. The 1998 Washington quarter serves as a perfect example of how a coin that seems simple and ordinary at first glance can actually hold tremendous value. While most of these quarters are worth only 25 cents, certain rare versions can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. So, the next time you find a 1998 quarter, don't just dismiss it as pocket change. Take a closer look. You might just have a rare treasure on your hands. And who knows, that quarter might be worth as much as $55,000.